Whew. This is going to be a heck of a video. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we're doing something that we have not done in quite some time. Now, what I mean by that is we're doing another SCP discussion video, which we have not done in forever. More accurately, future me put the date of the last video I did of this series, which was only one video. You guys seem to like it pretty well, though. So I think I'll do some more of these. There's a lot of stuff I can talk about in these, and the one after this one that I'm doing, I'll have a couple of people talk about it with me, maybe, if I can get them to come together and I can find a way to bring in a bunch of different audios, because I won't be able to do all of them at the same time. They'll have to be separate. But we've got a good one today. We have, oh, don't drop everything. We have Dr. Gear's proposal, which is the prototype. Put that up now. This is what we'll be discussing today. This is what we'll be discussing today. Goodness gracious. It's not a terribly long one. There's a few pages of notes here. We'll be discussing what is said on the Wikipedia page, or the Wikidot page for this proposal. And I'll be voicing my opinions, my thoughts, anything I think about things, interests. So let's get into it. So, codename Dr. Gears, the prototype. So, its item designation number is 86243AR-001 or 001. The warning displayed is that item displays aggressive and dangerous behavior, which is never a good thing. Especially once we get down further in the list of the description of all this stuff. The fact that it's very it shows aggressive behavior is not a good thing, and it's never a good thing. Never a good thing when you have something bigger than I am showing aggressive behavior. Because I'm a big man. I'm a big individual. Alright. So, read along if you like. For the listening only viewers, I'll read it for you. So, description of the item. It is 6 foot 5 inches tall, 97 pounds, which is the average. It varies by like 5-10 pounds up or down. The age is unknown. It has brown gray skin. I think it's gray brown skin, which may be bruising. Eye color is a milky blue. There's like a question mark after the eye. I think that's having to do with it only having one eye, given that it's like a cyclops-like creature. But its color is milky blue. It has no hair. It appears emaciated, and its bone and muscle structure does not match with any other recorded species on Earth. Which makes sense. It's its own being. It's something that can be very dangerous and not very good for us. Not very good for us at all. Let's find where I was at. Its legs are thin, long, and end in sharp black points. It has 3 fingers on each hand, so it looks like this all the time, or maybe like this all the time. Yeah, it's just got 3 fingers. Which also end in black points. My notebook is very dark. I don't have a lamp behind me anymore. I had a lamp last time I did this, so it was easier to see. It has... I skipped a sentence. So, its appendages are twice as long as its torso, meaning his legs and arms. It has no reproductive organs, no anal orifice, no ears, no nose, no pores of any type anywhere on the body. It has a spherical head that is extremely large in proportion to its body, and the neck appears too thin to support its head. Its mouth extends halfway around the head, which it paints a terrible picture in my head. Like, mouth extends halfway around head. Take my head, split it in half about right here, and that's about how far the mouth takes up. That is the picture it paints in my head. Like from here down all the way to the back of your ear, each ear. That's the mouth. That paints a terrible picture in my head, and I hope I've painted that terrible picture in your head now too. I hope you guys can sleep on that. It has 21 teeth, which are spaced randomly around its mouth. Many are broken, rotten, or chipped. And its eye, in quotation marks, is a large ball-shaped milky blue sphere, presumably kept in the head or throat. Again, uncomfortable. Makes me genuinely uncomfortable to hear that being said. Very uncomfortable. And it appears to roll into the mouth when the mouth is open. Roll, again, in quotation marks. It has no pupil or iris, so it's just a milky white orb. That's why the eye is in quotation marks, because they're not sure if it's even an eye. Now, I'm not sure if it's an eye, because it's just kind of a ball that rests in a socket of its head. Or no, it rests in its mouth when it's open. So it doesn't even see out of its head, it sees out of its mouth. I didn't even realize that before. That makes me much more uncomfortable. That makes me significantly more uncomfortable. Like, instead of me having eyes up here, I would open my mouth and boom, eyeball right in there. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. To me, at least. Maybe not to you, but I don't care. I won't have to listen to what y'all say, because it's disgusting to me. That makes me uncomfortable. Very much does. Let's see. The details of its current containment. The room it is kept in is lined with lead and lit with floodlights. All the time. It's continuously kept lit. The temperature stays at 98 degrees with 100% humidity, and is sealed with a reinforced steel blast door. Its outer area is patrolled by guards with high-powered strobe lights. Anyone who enters the containment room should carry a strobe and wear welding goggles. Any person attempting to remove the item or enter without authorization is to be shot on sight. So it's kept very locked down. It's kept very secure. They're continuously making it weaker, as you'll see in a minute. I've already read through this several times. The lights make it weak. It is sick whenever it's being kept in these flashing lights or bright lights or flashing lights. The temperature is too high for it to sustain much power, and the humidity makes it physically sick. It's physically unwell when it's in these conditions. And they keep the outside. They keep people patrolling the outside with the strobes so that if it ever gets out, they can both stun it and weaken it. Though it's believed it should never be able to get out because of the lead-lined walls, which it cannot affect anything through it. Lead weakens it or something. We'll see in a second. I'm about to get to that part. the report. This is from when they found it, when it was discovered, and all the events after the fact, when it was after the fact of it being discovered. So it was recovered in Guatemala early this week. I'll read this word for word. I'll read this exactly as it is said. Recovered in Guatemala early this week. First reported as a, in quotations, demon seen by several boys on a rural road. Appeared to be sick or injured. Boys reported seeing the creature panting and jerking its legs. Creature then raised its head and exposed its, in quotations, eye. Boys ran home, reporting to local law enforcement several reports of, in quotations, horrible roaring, or, in quotations, shrieks from locals over several days. 12 people admitted to local hospitals with severe radiation poisoning, and 7 reported missing. Recovery team assembled, headed by General Macho. Macho? That does not sound right. One second. Headed by General Machoy. Headed by General Machoy. I had to make sure that was... I had to check that because I was like, that cannot be right. And dispatched from base ADRX-19. Reports to overseers from recovery team after standard containment failure led to additional containment protocols developed by Dr. Herman Keeter. Dr. Keeter was unfortunately killed in initial testing, after which creature was moved to ADRX-19. So what they're saying is, a bunch of local boys found this creature sitting in the woods in a weakened, sick and injured state, were freaked out by it, like any normal, sane individual would be, ran home, told law enforcement, local authorities about it, and over several, I think it just said several reports of roarings and shriekings, and a bunch of people went missing, and a bunch of people went to the hospitals with radiation poisoning. That's what the lead lining did. That, now I'm remembering, that is what the lead lining in the walls did. It kept it from being able to emit radiation outside of the room, I think. I'm looking at my notes now again, and it appears that I am incorrect. But let me actually show you guys that. That's the wrong one. Okay. So the creature appears to be able to create micro-singularities, using them both as a form of teleportation and defense. These singularities disappear several seconds after creation, but emit massive amounts of radiation and cause severe damage to the surrounding area. The, in quotations, eye appears to control these manifestations, as it has always had the eye exposed when creating a singularity. Omnivorous, it views humans as a food supply. Creature shows signs of extreme fear and sickness in the presence of high heat, humidity, or bright/flashing lights. Creature appears to not be able to teleport through lead and cannot form singularities when it is in a sick state. When, in quotations, well, it is an extremely fast and cunning being and has killed several recovery agents with both its singularities and claws. It emits occasional shrieking sounds. All attempts to communicate have failed. So I was wrong. I jumped ahead just a little bit. I jumped the gun a tad bit. All it is the lead walls. Keep it from being able to teleport out. No, it keeps it from being able to use its singularities. It keeps it from being able to make those. I think I might be having a tad bit of a brain fart right now, but I think that's what it does. I think that is the whole point of what it does. Um, but yeah. I'm pretty sure that's correct. They've tried to communicate with it now. All attempts to communicate with it have failed, have ended in failures. So it's not a being that wants to communicate with them, though it does seem intelligent. It's very cunning when in its non-sick state, so it has a form of sentience. It knows what it is doing. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It knows what it is doing. That's been something wrong with me all afternoon. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. But it is a very smart being, very smart creature. Is regarded as an item, though it is as it stated in the naming of it, a prototype. A prototype of what? I don't know. Maybe a prototype of humans, perhaps something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it could be. It sounds like a uber odd, super awesome Cyclops with radioactive powers. But in all honesty, I'm not too sure what it is. It's something that may be further explained on in the future. Something that may be built upon. We don't even know if this is the true SCP-001. Though everyone can have their own considerations of which one they believe is the first. I still like Jonathan Ball's proposal, which was the sheaf of papers. I still think that is an awesome idea for the first SCP because it acts as a precursor to all the SCPs. It tells the Foundation when they come, where they'll come. I think I don't quite remember. It's been almost a year, getting close to a year now. But it's a very awesome and interesting proposal that in my mind, I think is a very good option for it being the first one. Just in my mind. I may find more over time that I think, hey, this would be a really good proposal for the first SCP. But for the time being, Jonathan Ball's proposal is still my favorite. This one, while still very interesting, I don't think it's the first. Though it is called the prototype. Which makes you think, oh, this is the prototype. This is the first thing you'd think of when it comes to a sequence of things. You know, you have your prototype, you have your real version, and then you build upon your standard version, your finished one, to make it better and better and better. But your prototype's always the first, that everything rises off of that. Everything is built off the back of the prototype. Now, before I get carried away with anything, there is one more, the addendum, which is just that additional objects are reported. The overseers are considering conversion of the ADRX-19 facility to a dedicated recovery and containment facility, and reports may need to be censored for reasons of security. And that is the end of Dr. Gear's proposal. That is the end of the prototype proposal. Now, do I think this is a cool proposal? Do I think this is a cool creature, a cool SCP, a cool idea? Yes, this is a very, very cool idea. Do I believe it is a contender for the true spot of the SCP-001? No, I don't believe it is. Now, I could be wrong. This could be the true canonical first SCP, but from where it stands now, where I stand now, in knowing what I know, I do not believe it is. The future could prove me wrong, though. So, don't hold me guaranteed to it. You know, I'm just a random guy on the internet ranting about random things. So, you know, don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you hear or see. Because just like me, I'm just on here rambling. But, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that fantastic stuff. If you like this content, make sure you let me know. Because there's a lot of awesome stuff I can talk about and research and look at in the SCP universe. And I have no life. I have nothing else to do in my free time. You guys might as well give me this to do. You know?